Good morning. Please forgive the wet hair. I've just had a shower. Today is Saturday and we are going to, yeah, it's the 31st of July. Today we are flying to Utqiagvik, or Barrow. When she jumps up on the chair, it's a big deal, like every time. So I have not packed yet. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning. We're leaving for the airport in an hour. We're staying for 2 nights. So 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but we're flying home Monday. So I only need like 2 days worth of clothes. It is gonna be cold, damp, and windy while we're there. So planning for that, taking hat, gloves, sweatshirts, multiple layers, taking an extra pair of jeans just in case, because I guess it's muddy. But I need to pack, so that's what I'm gonna do first. Gotta do that right now. Try not to overpack. I already have my toiletry bag ready, and of course that's filled with toothpaste and my toothbrush, and then the gigantic jug of contact solution that I've been using all summer because I don't have a little one. The cat is staring at me. Yeah, I'm gonna pack. Let me do that first. Packing is complete and I have done like a little bit of a blow dry on my hair. Let's talk about what I've packed. I have a pair of jeans, 1 pair of sweatpants. I have socks and underwear for 3 days, just because I like to always have a spare. I have a t-shirt and a sweatshirt for Saturday and for Sunday, pajamas, and like my toiletry bag. And then I have a coat and a rain jacket in here, plus a hat and some gloves. So I'm prepared for the cold weather. It's gonna be chilly up there. I've also packed my carry-on. I have my Padfolio, a couple of books to read for pleasure, plus a school book in here, a water bottle, an external like battery for my phone, and some like cookies and fruit snacks for the plane, which is always nice to take. I have buggy bands in here and like a mask. Also, that brings me to a point I want to make. I'm planning to wear a mask for most of this trip. I'm not taking like any makeup. I don't plan on looking pretty, but I do want to protect the native people, because this village doesn't get a whole lot of, you know, visitors. It's not like it's Anchorage or anything, so I'm planning on wearing a mask most of the time unless we are outside or in our hotel room. But like I guess even restaurants are takeout and carry out only, which is something we learned from a Facebook group which we're, or Adam is a part of. So what else is in here? Extra camera batteries and my AirPods. So this Facebook group, and I'm not on Facebook, okay? I don't have Facebook, haven't had Facebook in over 5 years. 6 years? 6 years. Anyway, I guess Facebook groups are like a thing that they're trying to push, and you know, they're helpful sometimes. So Adam posted in the Facebook group a couple of days ago about like what we could bring, because he wants to be generous and take a bunch of stuff up there. So we actually are taking 6 suitcases to Barrow, and I'll get into the Barrow Utqiagvik thing in a minute. But somebody offered to make us like native food, a couple of native meals, which was very kind. So that's gonna happen for us because of this Facebook group. But we also learned about like bugs and if they're bad up there, and weather and cell service and what we need to prepare for. And the people up there have just been very kind, the people in this group. So I'm excited to go up there and, you know, get to meet some of these people. But I do want to be conscientious, so I'm gonna wear a mask for basically the whole trip. Barrow is actually supposed to be called Utqiagvik, which is the Inupiaq word for this village. People call it Barrow because it was easier, and then I think it was 2016 when they decided they wanted to change the name back to Utqiagvik. I think you'll hear or see both names throughout this vlog, and you know, if you go up there, I'm sure. Anyway, I think on the Alaska Airlines app, our flight says it goes to Barrow, but it doesn't really matter. They're the same place, different names, but Utqiagvik is the native word. It is located north of the Arctic Circle, and it is one of the northernmost cities in the United States. So it's way up there, basically on top of the world. It's really exciting. The hotel we're staying in tonight is called the Top of the World Hotel. I'm really interested to see what it's like up there. Like, cost of living I know is really high, groceries I know are really expensive, the hotel room that we're staying in is really expensive, like restaurant food is really expensive. So I'm really excited to see what that's like, but I'm also glad we're only staying for a couple of days, just because it's a little bit too rich for my blood, if you know what I mean. Anyway, a couple of days ago, I didn't know what to expect about this trip, about going to Utqiagvik. I was just kind of like, I didn't even have a vague picture of what it would look like. And then we watched this movie called Big Miracle, and I talked about it in a recent video, the one talking about like books and movies that I've watched recently. It's in that one. So if you want to learn more about Big Miracle, it's about whales. It's actually filmed in Barrow, and watching that movie gave me an idea of what to expect, what it looks like, what the people are like, you know, what the climate is, what the landscape looks like. So I'm excited to go now, more excited than I was a week ago, because I kind of have an idea of what to expect. And that's something I usually like to do, but there's just not a whole lot about Barrow out there. I'm gonna wear my hiking boots on the plane again. I'm not taking a second pair of sneakers. I don't think I talked about shoes when I showed you what I was packing. I'm taking the pair of hiking boots, and that's it. Like, that's all I'm taking. I'm not taking a bunch of other junk with me, just because I know I won't need it. I know I won't use it, but I'm really excited to go. I think it's gonna be a good trip. I have a couple of books to read. I've got some podcasts downloaded that I can listen to. So yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm really excited to share this with you guys, because this is kind of like a very unique, very new experience. I know Adam is gonna jump into the Arctic Ocean when we get up there. Maybe not today, but I know he wants to do that, and that is not something that I'm interested in at all. But I can watch him do it, and I'll stick my feet in, but I'm not gonna submerge myself in, you know, 40-degree water. That just doesn't sound like fun. So we have 6 bags back here, right? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's this. So this is my bag of clothes, and most of the rest of that is like stuff we're giving away. Yeah? Yeah. Cool. All right, we made a very quick stop at the Alaska Lounge to get coffee, and now we are racing to our gate to get on our plane because security and TSA was a nightmare. This is the airport here in Barrow. There's security. That's where you get on the plane, and the bags come out right over here.
Sorry, I'm trying to get your way.
No, you're fine. It is all one room. This is actually really, really cool. I'm having so much fun already. I love it. So this is the baggage claim process here. And then over here, they are boarding the plane. So They don't have like separate security. Basically, you just go through security and then you get right on the plane. We have made it to Barrow. The plane is actually back that way. This is the airport terminal right here. And this is what Barrow looks like. We're waiting on the hotel shuttle to take us to the hotel. But if you look on top of that green container over there, you'll see some caribou antlers. How cool is that? Okay, we made it to the hotel. We made it into our room. We are sharing a room because hotel rooms in Barrow are hard to come by and also very expensive. This will be my bed, or throne, for the next 2 nights, and I'm really excited about it. Adam and Sherry are like, no, we'll find another room that has 2 beds. Or I could just sleep on the Transformers furniture.
But I get to wake up looking at Pretty Auburn, which I'm not terribly like upset about.
And there's no cat in this hotel room. There's no cat in this hotel room. And okay, I love cats. I do. I love Missy. I love my cat. I just sometimes the best part of traveling is staying in a hotel room where there's no cat hair on anything except the stuff you brought with you. You know what I mean? Like there's no cat hair in the bed. Mm-hmm. And that's a really good feeling. So we have called in an order for dinner or like lunch or something. It is 3 o'clock, almost 4 o'clock. We're hungry. I didn't get to tell you many details about the flight or TSA, but they were only running 2 lines through TSA security, and it was kind of a fiasco is what I think I'm gonna call it. It was a mess, and like a circus maybe. There was yelling and shoving and waiting and impatience, and then we got through security eventually. We raced up to the Alaska Lounge and had some coffee. I had time to grab a bagel. Sherry got a bagel. I ate my bagel on the plane. And then like we ran to the gate and we're basically boarding when they said final call for boarding. So it was an adventure today. Mm-hmm. Kind of exciting, but we're here. It's beautiful. It's not as cold as I expected, but it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I know the sun doesn't go down, but I assume it's gonna get colder as the day wears on.
I would think so, yeah.
I don't know, maybe not, but that's what I think is gonna happen anyway. So we've ordered sushi and yakisoba to be delivered because I think most or all of the restaurants here in Barrow are delivery or takeout only. So there's no dine-in here right now, and so we're just gonna eat here in the hotel room. But the hotel we're staying in, the Top of the World Hotel, the lobby is like a mini museum. It's beautiful. There's so much art. There's like painted baleen and carved walrus tusks. It's amazing. It's incredible. So I'm hoping I'll be able to share that. I don't know if they're gonna yell at me for recording like art. There's lunch. So anyway, that's gonna be it for now. I'll show you lunch and then I'll show you the lobby of the hotel.
Is the new name of the town. How do I say that?
Adam is trying to start his vlog.
And struggling.
And those are our watermelons, but I'm so excited to dig into this. Like, look at the yakisoba. Look at that.
Looks really good.
It looks really fresh. Yum. So we're staying at the Top of the World Hotel, and I've never seen a sign like this that says, like, thank you for not bringing these things into our property. I guess there's a problem with substance abuse in the native culture up here, and so they don't want us bringing that stuff in. They didn't send us that, you know, in an email before we got here, but, you know, of course we didn't bring that stuff with us. This is what the shape of the hotel is like, and we're on the 3rd floor. I think this is the top floor, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we have
Top of the world.
Top floor, top of the world. We're on top, at the top. So it has like a little kitchenette thing with some like cabinets and a sink, and ours is full of mini watermelons. We've got a microwave and a mini fridge and a actually really nice like full-length mirror. Bathroom, you know, with all the necessities like toilet towels, toilet paper. That's nice. We have a closet. We have a bed. Adam is sitting on the fold-out couch that becomes a bed, which is nice. Desk, TV and dresser, and then cherries and a chair. But I think the view is maybe the coolest thing, I can't say words, about this room, because we're on the top, and this is the Arctic Ocean, which is really, really cool. And also that over there, the arch thingy, those are whale bones. That's like part of the reason why people come to Barrow, because, you know, they want to get their picture taken with a huge like whalebone arch, which is really cool. And of course we're gonna do that when we go out and do some touristy things later. And there's a barge this way that we could actually see from the air when we came into town. Very cool. I also want to point out that from our room, you can see there is a, where's my finger? There it is. You can see there's a four-wheeler on top of the roof of that thing. And then there's four-wheelers over there, which I think is really cool because I've seen people using them as like a means of transportation to get around town. But like, how do you get this one off the roof? How did you get it up there? And also why? Is it in timeout? Is it in trouble? Like, what happened? Alright, we just got off the elevator, which is filled with native people. But like, this is not quite the lobby, but near the lobby. See what I mean about the painted baleen? And then there's like little carved knickknacks over here too, like jewelry, bracelets, and combs. Like, look how beautiful and intricate that is. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. I also warn you about polar bears, which is not something you see in Anchorage. More painted baleen and a beautiful like mural up here. I mean, this lobby is just jam-packed with like artwork and antlers and carvings. It's incredible. So there's a walrus tusk right here that's been carved. And this is a skull, and it's of unknown origin, but these are like mammoth tusks under here that have also been carved, and a bison skull. One of my favorite rooms of this hotel is like the entry. These are the main doors when you come in, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 huge beautiful painted pieces of baleen in here. I mean, this one has like a bird and a polar bear and some native people, and this one has like some bison and caribou. And then over here is a beautiful like fur suit, and they kind of they give you the history of who made it and who she was and who her mom was and what it's made of. It's really cool. I mean, look at her. But up here, I just can't get enough of the painted baleen. It's so beautiful. Carved baleen is pretty, but this is easier for me to see. Like, this one tells a story. And then this one is so beautiful. It's amazing. I've noticed that places here in Barrow have like entryway barriers, I guess, or like, what would you call this? Not a foyer, like a tube leading to the door, just I guess to break the wind and, I don't know, keep the heat of the place in. But it was supposed to be cloudy, cold, and rainy when we got here, and the sky is breaking up. Like, it's, I wouldn't call it sunny, but it's definitely like breaking up a little bit. Also, that is a coffee hut right there. How lucky are we? And the whalebones, the arch is just that way. It's very cool. This is almost surreal. Walking from my hotel room toward a whalebone arch with like the Arctic Ocean in the background. I mean, I know it's real because I'm here, but it just doesn't seem real. It feels more like a movie than real life. Once upon a time there was a gigantic whale, and then the whale died and became this. And I mean, look at the skull back there, it's huge. Adam, would you walk in there so we can get some like scale? Yeah, it's gigantic. Absolutely enormous. All right, I know I said like just a second ago that I wasn't cold. I'm cold now, standing here getting like the sea breeze, which is very, very cold coming off of the Arctic Ocean. And Adam wants to jump in. I don't want to jump in. It sounds really cold and very, very miserable. I mean, it looks like every other ocean, but it's gotta be 40 degrees. I mean, this whole thing will freeze over 6 inches deep for miles. Like, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. It is sort of like a glacier silt kind of sand. I wouldn't call it like regular sandy beach, but you know, very fine rocks. Sherry's down there taking pictures. And while this is like a really pretty scene and the sun is coming out, I wouldn't call this a beach that I would bring a chair to and sit for several hours. I mean, maybe if I was dressed in a ton of layers and had a thermos of coffee and a book, maybe then, you know what I mean? I mean, I guess it is really nice to listen to. It is pretty comforting, but definitely not my, you know, my favorite place. Because it's cold. That's the truth, it's cold. Okay, I've had a minute to think about it and I've just changed my mind. I would definitely bring a camp chair and sit out here on the beach for hours looking for whales. That's what I would do. I would sit out here and I would look for whales. And I would definitely do that gladly, gratefully, happily for many, many hours, just sitting out here staring at the Arctic Ocean looking for whales. To me, that sounds like fun. So I see why, I understand why people get so excited about the whale bones. They're truly spectacular. I mean, Sherry said they look like the St. Louis Arch. She's not wrong. But like the Arctic Ocean is kind of exciting, a little intimidating. You know, it's like any ocean, but it's not like any ocean I've ever seen. When we were flying in, I was looking out the window at the Arctic Ocean and I was like, never seen anything like this. And I haven't. It's so different because there's chunks of ice floating in it and there's like huge jellyfish in it you can see from the sky. It's also like really, really windy and really pretty cold. I don't know what our plans are for the rest of the afternoon. I don't really care. I'm just happy to be here, trying to enjoy the journey, you know what I mean. All of that kind of junk. All right, not the most scenic of filming spots. The handicap entrance to the Top of the World Hotel. You like roll in here and then they have an elevator that takes you upstairs. I'm guessing they have all of the handicap rooms on the first floor of the hotel. I guess it's probably not necessary because they do have elevators. Anyway, that's not why I turned the camera on. I've learned some things about Barrow already that I guess I, you know, kind of thought it probably won't work, but you know, I never Googled it to see. Verizon, which is my cell provider, has no signal up here. It basically, like when I turn on my phone to cellular data, it says no signal. So not like searching, not 1 bar, not, you know, like, oh, it's really slim, but you can still like send a message. There's none up here. So yeah, I just have my phone on airplane mode, which is kind of like how I feel when I go on a cruise. I turn my phone off and internet here is pretty slim too. So I am basically out of contact with the rest of the world at the top of the world, which is kind of fascinating. So anyway, the sun is coming out and the sky is turning blue and it's gonna be beautiful. And I think we're gonna go to a grocery store and I think Adam is gonna record another like grocery prices video, which is kind of exciting. It's really interesting to see what something costs, you know, so I think that's what our plans are for, you know, the immediate future. And I will link to that video in the description box because once again, I don't want to do that. He's going to do it, so it's going to be on his channel. So I'll link to that in the description box. So if you are interested, you can go watch that. But I'm not gonna. So you can, if you want to watch it, it's not going to be here. See what I mean about the blue sky though? Like it is even clearer now than it was when we came downstairs. It's like, it's amazing. All right, Sherry and I are waiting on Adam. We're doing a little bit of like parking lot exploring. Like I said, that's the coffee hut over there. This is what our hotel looks like. We're right next to the USPS, but also I noticed this. Each parking spot has an electric plug. And I'm sure that this is to keep cars warm in the winter so that they can all like start. But there's one for every parking spot. That's so cool. I've never seen that before. All right, we've walked from our hotel, which is way down there at the end. This is like the fire department. There's a like playground and basketball court over here. And the grocery store, I think, is this white building with the red roof. Adam's doing his vloggy thing over there. The grocery store's right here, but the Inupiat Heritage Center is over here. And there's a huge whale skull over there. I think we're going to that on Monday when it's open because today is currently Saturday, so it's not open right now, but you know, we're gonna do what we can while things are open. They're filming their grocery video, but I'm gonna have to walk out with this very, very strawberry milk. Like, how do you say no? I can't say no. I need this. All right, we are back at the hotel from the grocery store. I have some boxes. We've had a little bit of drama because Sherry left her purse at the Whalebones and didn't realize till we were walking back from the grocery store, but we've recovered her purse, I think. Pretty sure Adam gave the thumbs up, so I'm pretty sure we have it back. But anyway, we got the boxes from the grocery store because we have all this stuff that we're gonna donate to the women's shelter here, but we don't have anything to give it to them in. So we actually got these boxes from the grocery store for free, which was wonderful. So we're gonna go up and put all this stuff in these boxes if they'll fit. Adam has a couple. And then I think the lady's gonna be here pretty soon. The boxes are waiting for us in like the foyer / atrium area, and I'm just sitting here staring at these gigantic bones and tusks and the intricate carvings. It's so amazing. All right, it's a little later in the afternoon, and actually, what time is it? 9 o'clock p.m. We're at the grocery store. Do you want to tell us why we're here?
Okay, I'm a moron.
We know.
I'm gonna jump in the Arctic Ocean. And when I get out of the Arctic Ocean, first of all, my clothes are gonna be soaking wet that I wore. So I brought like shorts and like a swim shirt, but I didn't bring anything to change into, and I didn't bring any pajamas. So I have like jeans.
So the pajamas you were planning on sleeping in,
I'm also gonna jump in the ocean with.
So you sleep in your swim clothes.
Yes.
And you didn't think, huh, they're gonna be wet. I'll take some other clothes to sleep in.
The thought
and also, I'm gonna be really cold, so I'll take some sweatpants.
Nope, actually.
And a sweatshirt.
Nope, not even once did any of that cross my mind.
What did you bring on this trip?
Like 2 pair of jeans.
Play-Doh?
3 shirts. Play-Doh. A cast iron pan. And some of Missy's toys.
You pack like Mrs. Potato Head packs for Mr. Potato Head. That's how you
my
pack.
Angry eyes.
Yep. And your, yeah, an extra teeth, some spare keys. You don't know what they're for.
But not the thing that I needed.
Yeah, everything but what you need.
Ridiculous.
And do you have monkey chow for the monkeys?
Yes, and I got monkey chow for the monkeys.
All right, it's almost 10 o'clock. It's 9:50. He just got off of Instagram Live, sloucher, and then Sherry has been sitting in the sun for a while. So are you ready to go plunge into the Arctic Ocean? Also, can you not sit like that? Thank you.
You're welcome. How should I sit?
Sit in a way that doesn't show so much leg.
This is my channel is leg life. That's what it's all about. Am I ready? I think so. I'm a little more nervous now that it's getting closer than I have been.
Now your mom has done it, and she said the like prelude to it is worse than actually doing it.
Yes.
So this is the worst part.
I think so, and I'm understanding what she means. Well, probably. I mean, I'm assuming, but it just, yeah, it's. I feel a little anxious right now, just kind of knowing, because we touched the water earlier, got an idea of how cold it was, and then you realize that that's going to cover all of you.
Mm-hmm. I have trouble getting into an 80-degree pool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but it's an experience that I've wanted to do for as long as I can remember. I'm gonna get to cross it off my bucket list. Who knows if I'll ever be back here again my whole life, so I have to do it.
Fair enough.
Yep.
While the sun is out, I want to show you, look how beautiful this is. With the sun out, reflecting on the ocean, it's just so pretty. It doesn't make me want to jump, but, you know, it is pretty to look at. Alright, it's time. He's wearing his towel. I have 2 extra towels right here because I just don't think one is going to be enough, because I think he's going to get out of there, he's going to be cold, and then it's going to start, you know, blowing cold Arctic air on him, like the wind, because it's windy. We're at the ocean, it's windy. So my concern is he's gonna need more than 1 towel. So we're prepared, but we're also planning to take pictures and video the entire thing so it will live forever. It's actually a lot less windy down here than it was when we were down here earlier, because the seas are much calmer now, and like it's not so breezy on us. This is actually really nice. It's not quite as breezy as it was earlier.
No, it's actually not bad at all.
So pretty. That's beautiful.
The Arctic Ocean.
So we'll be up on our Instagram. Whoops, sorry. Here we go. Oh, dude. Oh, that looks cold. Oh, look at his face. Woo!
Oh my God!
Towels, towels,
Holy cow!
How do you feel?
It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. At first, when it was like getting here, it's like, oh, this is terrible. But then the plunge, that was not bad. Oh, I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah?
Yeah. My mouth was open, and now it's really salty. I was telling Auburn earlier, we were just talking about this, how this hotel was built. It's actually how a lot of properties and places are built around Alaska. It's like fabricated, think of like a single wide trailer, or like a Connex almost. They build these square boxes at a facility in Anchorage. I think they might have moved to Wasilla now. But they build it completely, like with drywall and everything. Like the outlets are cut, everything is cut. And so they build it in these single units, and then they will ship them, barge them to like a town like Barrow, or wherever it's going. And then when they get here, all they have to do is basically with cranes, kind of stack them together like, you know,
like
Lego pieces, kind of. Yeah, they click into place. And so this building isn't like, you know, oh, build a frame and then add all this kind of stuff. Everything was built in Anchorage and then shipped out here and then just like put together here. And then they put, of course, furnishings in the room here, but yeah, it's kind of cool.
All right, truthfully, it is 11:25 p.m. No, I'm not kidding. We have just had dinner delivered to our hotel via taxi. It is still bright light outside, which is to be expected in a place where the sun does not set, because it won't set tonight. But this is how we're ending our first day here in Barrow, is with midnight pizza and also homemade blueberry cheesecake.
Yeah.
3 slices?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. So like I said, that is gonna be the end of our first day here in Barrow, and you guys will see me again tomorrow in the next Barrow vlog. Alright, I can't actually end the video without showing you the midnight sun, literally midnight sun, 12:34 a.m. now, and it looks like this. I think that is a rainstorm over there, but the sun is over here. Very pretty.